Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. A confusion comes in the mind of every student. One way we are told that the
No sound.
you can play afterwards.
It's not there.
Something he has played. I thought he plays only in the car. Outside also. स्वभावजेन कौन्तेय निबद्धस्वेन कर्मणा कर्तुं नेच्छसि यन्मोहात् करिष्यस्य वशोऽपितः. Please sit down.
It's fine, come.
You turn it that side. How can you sit there? Turn that one. No, turn it only toward the Hawa. That's it. Okay. Anything, reduce the volume. You are inside the hall, you don't require so much of volume. Make it still less, is enough. Everybody can hear? Yeah. Good, enough. We are told that the seer is consciousness, sentient, and the seen is inert. Dhruv Drishya Vivek. Examples are given. I am the seer, Mike is the seen. I am consciousness, Mike is inert. Very simple. I am the seer, the conscious principle. The wall is seen, wall is inert. I am the conscious principle, the seer. I am seeing you. You are inert. See? The first principle is discrimination between the drishya, the seen, and the druk, the seer. And in this manner we reject everything. Yad drishyam tad jadam, reject. And then we are told that Ishavastamidam sarvam yat kincha jagatyam jagat. Everything is consciousness. Sometime you tell it is inert and sometime you tell it is consciousness. What is the truth? See, this is the topic that we are studying in this Tripura Rahasya. See? So the student Parshuramji has asked the teacher Bhagavan Dattatreya that how come we call this world nothing but consciousness? We are very clearly seeing this world is inert. And you say this is consciousness. So this is the topic being elaborated. So the teacher says, look here. Learning from the analysis of one's experiences is application of Vedanta in one's life. Learning from our experiences without analysis is called as the external spiritual practice, Bahiranga Sadhana. What is our learning from the experiences? My husband is always angry. So you learn that he is always angry, therefore you don't have to become angry. Then how to deal with him? Just the best way to disagree with anybody is to agree immediately. Before he says something, yes. An angry person, what he says, he doesn't know what he is telling. And therefore you say yes, he feels good, and then he forgets, what did I get angry for? See, this is learning from the experiences. Learning from the analysis of the experiences. It is here we enter the depth of Vedanta. So the teacher here says, Aneka bheda bhinnapi manaso anyana kvachit utpanna manasaha tatra sthita tatraiva liyate sa kevala manorupa yatha jagat tadvat jagat shivat sa shivasthiti matraike rupa chitir avigraha. Now we are analyzing our experience. We all have dreamed number of times, and in that dream experience, what is the material cause of the dream? Our mind. What is the material cause, or what is the efficient cause of the dream? The same mind. So the mind alone becomes many objects which are inert in the dream. And the mind itself becomes the subjects. There are many people, and also the dreamer who is seeing the dream. Thus the same mind has become both the inert as well as the sentient. See? But when can we learn this? When can we accept it? We can accept it only when we are awake. During the dream, nobody dreams it as a dream. During the dream, it is a solid reality. That is why there is perspiration, there is fear. And after the dream is over, then we become wise. Okay, it was just a dream. In the same manner, when this waking dream breaks and we awake to this conscious principle that we are, then we will be able to understand what Bhagavan Dattatreya is telling to Parshuramji says. Then we can understand. So for that, this analysis is given that Aneka bheda bhinnapi manasaha na anya kvachit utpanna. Although in the dream there are so many differences on account of many criteria, distances, time, species, activities, good, bad, inert, sentient, so many differences. But can all of them exist apart from, independent of the dream? So what is the reality? Be very attentive. The reality is appearance of the multiplicity on one mind is dream, and in this dream there are two factors. One factor is constantly changing the appearances, and second factor, the mind remains unchanged. Mind is the same. Like, in the example of the mirror and the reflection. When we see somebody reflected in the mirror who is running, that time the mirror doesn't run. Mirror is there only. If somebody is doing bodybuilding, standing before the mirror, so when something is lifted, mirror doesn't bend. Arey yaar, rakh do niche. No. See, so there are two principles. One is changing principle, and second is stationary principle. See, this is how the reflection is. Exactly the same way. In our waking dream, there are two principles. One is constantly changing world, and second is the mirror of consciousness. Now see, all the changes which are established, are these changes possible to be established without the steady factor called as consciousness? See, yesterday when we were coming with Praveen, we are all going by 100 speed. Now, when all the cars are going at the same speed, you don't feel you are going fast. But when you are looking at a stationary thing, a house, a tree, then your car goes fast. So, the changes are established always with reference to the unchanging point, is it not? We are all experiencing changes. What is that point? With reference to whom the changes are established? That point is the mirror of consciousness, and the world is the reflection. See, friends. Therefore, both the reflection and the mirror, they are not separate. It is one and the same. In the same manner, consciousness and the world, they are not separate. They are one and the same. So, utpanna manasaha tatra sthita tatreva liyate. So, all the various things and beings which are appearing in the dream, where they are born in the mind, they remain in the mind, and when the dream is over, where do the dream contents go? They go back to the same mind. Now apply the same principle to this waking dream. See? So the teacher says, sa kevala manorupa yatha tadvat jagat shivat. Now he takes it further. Shiva, the pure consciousness. In the same manner, in this pure conscious reality, this world is appearing like the reflection, pratibimba. So like our mind and our dream, they are not two. But in these two, mind is the reality and the world is appearance on the mind, the reality. In the same manner, consciousness is the reality, the mirror on which this world of pratibimba, reflection, is appearing. And therefore, as dream is nothing but our mind, in the same manner, this world is nothing but pure consciousness. See, friends. So, tadvat shivat sa shiva sthiti matraika rupa sthiti avigraha. And therefore, this world is nothing but the pure consciousness. See, friends. Now, analyze this experience. When colors and forms are experienced, where are they? They are existing only in the vision. For a blind person, colors and forms do not exist. So when we close our eyes, colors and forms come back to the vision. When we drop the eyes, the vision comes back to the mind. And when the mind is enfolded under three conditions. One, under deep sleep. Second, under samadhi. And fourth, under wisdom. When the mind is absorbed in pure consciousness, in deep sleep, although we are one with the absolute consciousness, yet we do not know that. Therefore Upanishad says, ahar ahara brahma gamayati. In every deep sleep experience, we are one with this conscious principle. Alas, we don't recognize this. In samadhi, also the same thing happens in nirvikalpa samadhi. But it is created under n number of factors. And therefore it is temporary. and in wisdom. Also, the whole world comes back to the conscious principle. And once this experience takes place, thereafter it doesn't matter whether the world is appearing in the waking dream or not appearing in the deep sleep. This experience that we are, this conscious reality, never, never, never gets corrupted. See. If a grown-up person like me is playing with a child in the lap, and if that child does something dirty in my lap, will I scold and beat that child? Of course, depends whether I am grown up or not. If I am grown up and yet go on scolding the child, you don't, then I am not grown up. I am still a baby. See, friends, therefore this point again and again I am emphasizing. Grown-ups must have wisdom, not argument. See? But grown-ups, they always complain. Children don't listen to us. They don't understand us. Do you understand them? In the same manner, if we are growing spiritually, our understanding born out of wisdom tells us that there is one conscious reality expressing as multiplicity. Like we are one, body parts may be many. Because of the manyness of the body parts, we have never become many. See, therefore, sa kevala manorupa yatha tadvat jagat shiva sa shivaschiti matraika rupaha chitira avigraha. So this conscious reality is absolute, and this conscious reality is avigraha, exists without the body. Be very attentive. Avigraha. This is called as Vyatirek. In and through all the ornaments, it is gold alone. But in the gold, there are no ornaments. Means, ornaments cannot exist without gold, but gold has a free, independent existence. See, husband cannot exist without wife, but the man exists without wife. Husband is an illusion. Man is the reality. See, friends, the more you contemplate and analyze your experience, then we understand this. Tripuranta Ananta Shakteikya Rupini Sarva Sakshani Sachiti Sarvataha Purna Parichheda Vivarjanat. So, this Tripura Ananta Shaktya Eka Rupini Sarva Sakshani Chiti, this conscious principle, which is eliminating all the three experiences of Jagra, Swapna, Sushupti, waking dream and the deep sleep, Aikya Rupini, it is not many. See, in Dirdashi Vivek this thought comes. Who can make this statement? I had a good sleep, but in between I had bad dreams. Who can make this statement? A waker cannot make this statement because he was not there in the deep sleep. A waker cannot make this statement because he did not experience the dreams. The deep sleeper and the dreamer are absent in the waker, and yet this statement is made. So who can make this statement? This statement is made by the one who is present in the waking but is not a waker, who was present in the dream but was not a dreamer, who was present in the deep sleep but was not absent. Ekarupini. One conscious principle. Sarvataha Purna Paricheda Vivarjanat. And this conscious reality is infinite Purna. Nothing can be added and nothing can be taken out of it. How many times we must have said this mantra? Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. 100 million times we have said this, but net result is Om Ashanti Ashanti Ashanti. No Shanti. Because it is something like, when I am talking to you, and while talking in between I say, blah, 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 blah. So you say, what happened to Swami suddenly? What happened? Why did you say, blah? Oh, I said, but what is the meaning? It is a nonsense noise. Any word, any sound which has no meaning is a noise, isn't it? For us, Om Purnamadha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate. What is the meaning? It is a noise. And with that noise we go to the Bhagavan, Digambara, Digambara, Sripada. Only noise, no meaning. See, friends, it is so subtle and straight. Therefore, Purna, the one which is infinite. Now, what is the meaning of infinite? Infinite means that to which nothing can be added and that from which nothing can be taken away. Is it not Yoga Kshemam Vahamyam? Yoga is something added which was lacking. Kshema is whatever is protected, it should not be lost. But when we abide in our infinite nature, will there be any fear of loss and gain? See, friends, it is not a mechanical spiritual practice. See, taking tabla piti and dum dhadaga suru, mere te giridhara gopala. You see, on the TV also you must be seeing Bhagavad Kathas go on. And in that, the tabla piti continues. And those people who have never smiled in their life, those who have never spoken one sweet word to anybody, there is one place kept. And then, choti choti gaiya, lambe lambe baal. And all the dumbos, they start dancing, no rhythm, no music, no nothing. And they are the great devotees of the Lord. Useless. After the katha is over, they will sit in the car and start abusing the driver. And what they learned? Choti choti gaiya. Ram kaho. See, friends, as much we deceive ourselves on the spiritual path, we never deceive ourselves in any field. Self-deception on the spiritual path is highest. See? That is why all our gods have got a smile on their face. We think that I am deceiving. He knows. Malum hai. I know. Who will you deceive, Maharaj? See. Purna, Paricheda Vivarjanat. There is no pariched, there is no limitation of any kind. See? Will the mirror surface or the mirror be influenced and conditioned by the reflection in the mirror? If the reflection is that of the water, or that of the fire, or that of a man, or that of a Miss World, will the mirror be ever influenced? In the same manner, when we are abiding as conscious reality, nothing in this world will ever touch us. That is the meaning. Asangoham, asangoham, asangoham punah punaha, satchidananda rupoham. You know what happens? Once I was not well and in the hospital. And there was a co-patient in the next bed. And he was given very good food. And I was given wretched food, barley water and all kinds of liquid things. And I used to feel so angry because I am a Swami, they are giving me cheap food. And to him they are giving very good food. But the doctor doesn't have anything to do or for or against me. So when I took my, that other patient's food, all my things were completely gone. And then the doctor came, scolded the nurse. I said, don't scold, I ate myself because I liked it. He said, no, you should not. You are suffering from something. I said, what is that I am suffering from? You are suffering from melina. I said, oh, what a lovely name of the disease, like Lavina. I said, then he said, Swamiji, you don't know the meaning of this word. Lavina, melina, they are not same. Melina is a terrible disorder of your intestines. Don't take it lightly. Now see, word is the same, melina. When I did not know the meaning, I made a joke of it. When the doctor knew the meaning, he was serious about it, is it not? So where is the difference? In understanding the meaning of the word. In the same manner. Om Aham Brahmasmi. Aham. I am a miserable husband. How can I be Brahman? Meditation. See, friends. Therefore, Sarva Paricheda Vivarjana. There are no limitations of any kind of name, form, etc. Kalo deshascha lokesmin parichedakara smritaha tatrakara mayo deshaha kalastu syat kriyamayaha. So, in this world there are two limitations. One limitation is that of the form and the second limitation is that of the activity. Wherever there is importance to the form and activity, samsara begins. In deep sleep, there is no form. In deep sleep, there is no activity. The moment identification with the body takes place, form is born. And with this form, activity begins. Don't touch me, keep away. And in the deep sleep, like in the train it happens, when my feet are in your lap and we are all sleeping in the train, nobody bothers. Your hand is in my pocket, nobody bothers. But the moment you are awake, oh God, don't touch me, keep away. Therefore, what is creating the differences is the forms and activity. See, these are the things worth reflecting upon. Forms are many, formless is one. Sounds are many, silence is one. Eka chintanat nashametyadaha, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says. When you become aware of the one, among the forms, what is the one? The formless. And all the forms are supported by the space, but the space is formless. Forms are many, space is one. Modification, changes, birth and death is attributed to the forms. Space is neither born nor changes nor modifies. Same thing with the word, sound. Words are born, they are many, they die. But the silence is one. Ekachintana. Friends. So these two things are the one which is creating all the differences. Therefore, this consciousness which is supporting all the time, space, object, etc., how can this be influencing this conscious reality? अस्तिता ही पदार्थानां प्रकाशो न परः खलु प्रकाशस्तु चिदि प्रोक्ता न अचितः स्यात् प्रकाशतः. Everything is revealed by its presence. Be very attentive. I'll tell you from the technical language of Vedanta. It's complicated, but don't worry, I'll make it simple. Drushya avachinna chaitanya and drashta avachinna chaitanya, when they become one, then the knowledge takes place. Now what is this drashya avachinna chaitanya? It is something like this. There are two wires, anode and cathode. In both of them there is current. If you take only cathode, touch, nothing will happen to you. See? If you touch the bulb only to one wire, no light will come. But when these two wires are connected by one live bulb, immediately the light comes. Is it not? Exactly the same way. Object, cathode, containing consciousness. Subject, anode, containing consciousness. When the object consciousness and the subject consciousness, they get united through the bulb of sense organs, the knowledge takes place. Will we say that there are two electricities, democratic and liberal? See? So one. In the same manner, अस्तिता ही पदार्थानां प्रकाशः न अपरः खलु. Every object is revealed by its presence because of this conscious principle which is inherent in every subject and object equally. See, friends, this is what our Ishavasya says. Ishavasyamidam sarvam yat kincha jagatyam jagat. Everything is permeated by this conscious reality. Now see what will happen. When you come to accept and realize that this world is nothing but conscious reality, what will be your quality of interaction? And when you don't know this, what will be the quality of interaction? There was one boy sitting on a motorcycle, dang, 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 and he saw one girl in front of him, beautiful, nice figure, bob, and going slowly. So he thought, let me go and tease her. So he went and stood in front of her. Hi, da. And when he saw, she was an old lady of 75, not out. So he turned and he said, hi, da, di. Now, darling. Darling disappeared and Dari came. See, he thought she is a young girl, I can tease. But when he saw she is an old lady, immediately the reaction, interaction changes, it not? When we look at this world as objective place for indulgence, we will become extrovert. And when we come to recognize this world, nothing but the conscious principle, we can never be extrovert. See, friends, like take these idols. Those who know that they are representing God. So when we look at them, what comes in our mind? See? We don't look at them, oh, they are made of steel or what kind of thing it is. Because our understanding is totally different. In the same manner, this world is nothing but Paramatma. With this knowledge, even if we don't have, start practicing. How to practice it? Start suspecting God in everything. Like we suspect, suspicion is our foundation. Any person we come across, do you know him? I don't know, but I think he may be a cheat. How do you think he's a cheat? No, I just thought he's a cheat. So as we can suspect something bad in everyone around us, why not start suspecting the divine principle? See, friends. Therefore, astita hi padarthanam prakasho na paraha khalu. Every object that is known to exist is nothing but an abode of consciousness, because no inert thing can reveal itself. So, anything which is known is always in the light of consciousness. Therefore, this inertness is an illusion. It is the same reality. Prakashastu sumukhyaha syat swatantraha prakashate jadana swaprakashahi chiti yoga prakashanat. Inert objects cannot reveal themselves without the light of consciousness. And therefore, everything is bathing in the light of consciousness, and when these two, objective and subjective consciousness, unite in the union of the object and subject instrument, there itself the knowledge takes place. Anyana anapekshena chiti swasmin prakashate jadaschiti samashritya prakashante na chanyata. But the conscious reality, it is something like this. We know the colors and forms because of the eyes and the mind. How do we know our presence? Do we know our presence through the sense organs? Do we know our presence through the mind? Our presence is known to us without the medium of knowledge. Because Swayam Prakasha Swarupatvat, it is self-illumined. Therefore, aprakashepi vastunam astita chet tada shrunu asti nasti ti lokesmin vyavastha nahi sesyati. A question is raised. Even if there may not be consciousness, yet the objects are existing. So the teacher says, if you can say this way, that the things exist without consciousness, then you can never establish something is and something is not. But we do have the experience. Something is not. This experience of astita nastita, is and is not, is possible only when there is the conscious principle. Otherwise there will be a big chaos in this world. Therefore, tasmat vastu astita loke chit prakasho na chaparaha yatha hi pratibimbanam sattvam darpana evahi. Therefore, in this whole world, everything is existing because of this conscious reality. Like everything, every reflection is existing because of the mirror. So the mirror itself is appearing as the reflection. In the same manner, this whole world itself is nothing but the conscious reality that we are. Now see, will the mirror have fear of the fire when the fire is reflected in the mirror? Because the mirror itself has become fire. Now apply this principle. If there is big fire or small fire, will there be any difference for the mirror? Now check this experiment with yourself. If there is one person you are looking at, it's very light, I have to see only one person. If there are 1,000 people, oh God, eyes are tired, as if 100 people I am seeing. See. Similarly, if there are few thoughts, it's very light. If there are many thoughts, oh don't disturb, too many thoughts I am carrying. No. The rule is, the reflection does not have the actual reality, it is the virtual reality. See? This understanding alone will help us discover तथा चितिः जगत सत्ता तथा सर्व चितिर भवेत् अधिकं भासते यत्तु तैर्नैर्मल्यत्व महत्वतः. Therefore, this whole world is existing only because of this conscious reality and nothing else. And other than this conscious reality, nothing else is. Be attentive. However, this conscious reality becomes specifically evident in the objects. Have you studied the 6th chapter of Panchadashi? Chitradeep. In Chitradeep, this topic comes. An example is given. On the wall, there is a general sunlight. Like, outside there is a daylight, inside also there is daylight. And then there are a dozen mirrors kept in the open sun. And from that, some specific reflected light spots are seen on the wall. So there are two types of lights. One is the general light. Second is the specific light. Our attention will be naturally attracted toward the specific lights, not the general light. And where there is a specific light, there also is the general light. So where there is a specific light, there are two lights. Substratum is the general light and second is the reflected light. Exactly the same way. The conscious reality is present everywhere, but it becomes more conspicuous in beings. See, friends. It is something like milk is present in the whole cow, but it becomes specific in the udder. See? Vision is in the whole mind, but the vision is expressed only through the eyes. See, friends. Therefore, this काठिन्य निर्मलत्वाभ्यां प्रतिबिंब अवभासनम तयोस्तु तारतम्येन प्रतिबिंबः स्फुटः अस्फुटः. Now this reflection in the mirror becomes clear or not clear depending upon the quality of the reflecting surface. If it is a clean, neat, perfect, steady mirror, the reflection will be of different quality. If the reflection is in the waters muddy, unsteady and turbulent, the reflection will be of different quality. The conscious space, the conscious mirror, Chidakasha, is solid, undisturbed, without any impurity of any kind. And therefore, in this consciousness, this whole world of multiplicity distinctly appears. In Kathopanishad, one mantra comes where it is said that realization depends on the purity of one's experience. Yatha darshe yatha, as in the mirror, so is in the Brahmaloka. As in the dream, so is in the, in the relative world. We start seeing the suspect in the God, but not very clearly. See? Therefore, a seeker who is established in this conscious self, his experiences, qualities are totally different. Then, दर्पणे च जले चापि स्पष्टमेतद्धि जडत्वाद् दर्पणादेस्तु स्वातंत्र्य परिवर्जनात् बिंबापेक्षा चिते स्वच्छ स्वातंत्र्यात् अनपेक्षता निर्मलत्वं सदस्सिद्धं चितिर्मालिन्य वर्जनात्. It is said here that the quality of the reflection depends on the quality of the mirror. Therefore, this consciousness being immaculate, absolutely pure, because there is no other thing. Purity is absence of anything other than that. See? Like, this cloth, it has got one color. This white spot little bit. What is that? Remove that. Why? It is other than this dark color. So, whenever something is other than what it should be, it is called as impurity. Pure conscious principle being immaculate and pure, there is perfection in the reflection. And it is another thing what is said. What is the impurity? When many things are mixed together, it is called as impurity. But consciousness being unbroken, one without a second, therefore there is no place for impurity in the self. Then what is the pratibimba reflection? It is a very beautiful explanation given here. It is said, अस्वतो भासमानस्य भानमन्यानुषंगतः प्रतिबिंब रूपज्ञा प्रतिबिंबं प्रचक्षते ये जगत एतादृशं सर्वैः समभिलक्षितम् स्वतो न भासते क्वापि भासते च चिदाश्रयात् अतः जगत स्यात् आदर्श प्रतिबिंब सुसंमितम्. What is the reflection? Reflection demands n number of conditions to happen. So here, that which is established because of others is reflection. See? Anyavabhasana. And this whole world is there or not, it is established by the knower. So anything which is recognized because of somebody, it is a reflection, not the real. But this body, he knows his own presence. Because of the objects, no. So our presence is recognized independent of the presence or the absence of the world. Therefore, pratibimba swarupajnaha, those who are expert in understanding, analyzing the reflection, they say that which is established because of someone else's light is called as a reflection. Etad jagat tadrusham. This world is also like that. Unless there is an illuminator, who will say the world is? See, friends, this is the most important principle. See, when I is there, then my wife is there. When I is there, then my children are there. When I is there, then my property is there. So everything in this world depends on this conscious principle. Therefore, it is not real. But if my wife lives and goes me by God's grace, I continue to be. I don't go anywhere. See, friends, I remains untouched by anything in this world. See, friends. Now one more question is raised here. Swato no bhasate kwapi bhasate chidashraya, this we have done. Now chiti vichitranya roop anya bhavai uktapi bhasini swarupa अप्रदच्युतैः आदर्शवल्लेशतोप्यः दर्पण प्रतिबिंबानां दर्पणान्यथा तथा चिदात्म प्रतिबिंबानां चिदात्मन्यथा तथा. Now what is said here, that there cannot be any moment in one's life that we can experience that I am not. But the world can be recognized as is or is not. So this continuous presence is independent of the world. Therefore, the continuous presence, the Chidakasha or the conscious mirror is the reality, and the Pratibimba is only appearing in the same as if separate, but it is not, it is only the same reality. Therefore, this consciousness is very peculiar. How it is peculiar? When the red color is reflected in the mirror does not become red. When the green color is reflected in the mirror doesn't become red, green. In the same manner, when the consciousness is becoming animal, it doesn't become animal. When the consciousness is becoming wise, it doesn't become wise. See, when there are changes happening in the reflection, no changes happen in the mirror in the same manner. So many changes are happening around us all the time. Has anybody ever experienced that I am born, I am growing, I am changing, and I am dying? Nobody can have this experience. See, friends, so when we are able to analyze our experience in the light of this understanding, then we are walking the spiritual path. Otherwise, get lost only in this world continuously and try to make the world good. See, never try to make this world good. Who are you to change the world? See, we can destroy ourselves. We have no reason to destroy others because they are self-sufficient. Let them destroy. Focus attention on your own being. See, all those who have come, Nisargadatta Maharaj used to say, all those who have come to save this world, they were shaved off. Your Rama came. Where is Ram Rajya? Your Krishna came. Where is Dwarka? Here I am to make this world better. How many have come and gone? See, friends, we want to do good to this world because we think we can do it. It is something like trying to improve the reflection in the mirror or trying to improve the reflection in the waters. Let us make the reflection steady, okay? And we go and stand before the Lord. And because of our own breathing, the water is moving. I don't know, I am doing so much of pranayam and yet it is not. Never try, man. The world is beautiful as it is. Relax. See. Abiding in this effortlessly alone possible. Anytime we put efforts, we are not normal. This is one rule you understand. Anytime we put efforts, we are not normal. See, when we are hard of hearing, we have to put efforts. That means we are not normal. When we are breathing and we make various sounds and noise, this asthma, then there is no normal breathing. Something is wrong. I saw one elderly person is somewhere. He carried, that Bhagavat on his head, long distance, and he came. And after that, he was continuously doing like this. Elderly man. Swami, please come and sit. Shall I give you a glass of water? So when he was doing, I put hold, I speak. I said, what is wrong with your neck? Something wrong. Wife, watch, wife is there. No, Swami, he is right from childhood, he does like that. He unnecessarily does, nothing is wrong. We have tried everything. That is his habit. See? Therefore, wherever there is abnormality, we act funny. Other people are straight away see a person who has bad vision. Why? Eyes are not normal. Other people can see straight away the person with eye defect. Abnormal. How simple life becomes. Dealing with your children. If it is difficult, abnormal. Both. The father and the son, both abnormal. See? We have destroyed our life. Let them destroy their life. Just look within what you have really gained in your life. Find out. See, if we were not in this world, nothing was lacking. When we will leave this world, nothing will be lacking. We imagine, see, ये चला चली का खेला महाराज. Don't get lost in this wrong way of thinking. So, continuing this thought, the teacher says, this chiti is very peculiar, although supports every kind of duality but never becomes divided. Therefore, like the reflections are not separate from the mirror, in the same manner, this world is not other than the conscious reality. So, a question is raised. It is said, Darpane pratibimbo hi bimba hetu niropitaha. Now this is our question. See, but in front of the mirror, unless there is a bimbo, the object, there cannot be reflection. So, on this conscious mirror, if this world is reflected as reflection, there must be world. This is how the yoga and Sankhya talk about. Because pratibimba, reflection, demands something should be there. So, this is a question raised. Darpane pratibimbo hi bimba hetu nirupitaha chitehe swatantra hetu syat pratibimbo hi jagataha. But the conscious reality is swatantra, independent. Doesn't depend, doesn't demand any object for reflecting in it. She itself becomes everything. See, he will give few examples. Swasankalpad Ram Pasya Swatmani Pratibimbatan Bhavan Bimba Bhutan Nirmitav Avabhasanat. See, when you are now, you just right now do this experiment. Cow. The moment we think of cow, the mind takes the shape of the cow. The moment we think of Rasgulla, the mind takes the shape of the Rasgulla. So, where is the object? When our mind can take only by sankalpa any shape, any form, will that conscious reality not be able to take any shape and any form and thus present itself as the world? See, friends, this freedom, Swatantra Shakti of Paramatma alone is making this world appear on this conscious reality. Therefore, when you think of Swasankalpat Ramavashya Swatmani, by your own sankalpa, you can see the whole world inside you, as in the dream as well as in the waking. And this sankalpa is gross for the consciousness because it is absolutely pure, and when there is no sankalpa, then it is pure consciousness alone. Patanjali says, Yogaha chitta vritti nirodha tada drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam. These two sutras go together. But most of the students of yoga, when they talk or think or understand, their understanding is yogaha chitta vritti nirodha, they stop there. It is not right. Because next sutra is tada. Whenever the word tada comes, it is associated with yada. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata tadatmanam srijamya. See, yada tada, together. So when the sutra says tada drashtuhu sarupe avasthanam means yada, when the mind is thought free knowledge is consciousness. See friends. And how do we know it is the thought free knowledge? That knowledge in which the triputi, the knower, known and knowledge division does not happen, that knowledge is consciousness. And that knowledge in which the triputi, knower, known and knowledge happens, it is the mind. See? That knowledge where vritti vyapti is followed by phala vyapti is mind. That knowledge where vritti vyapti is not followed by phala vyapti is consciousness. See friends. Therefore, sankalpa eva hi satantram chite shruse chitehe ashu namirate asankalpa dashayam sa kiti swachhai karopini. When there are no sankalpa, we are at peace with ourselves. See friends. Sankalpa come only because we are not at peace with ourselves. We are given the status of reality to the world as if the world is other than us. Now just observe. Under two conditions we don't think. Number one, when something is recognized as not real. Like our shadow on the road. When our shadow is falling on the road and a big long trailer is going above that shadow, oh God, getting crushed. No, we don't even think about it because it is not taken to be real. See? And second thing, wherever there is health, we don't think. How many times we think about the shape of our nose? If there is something wrong, oh, what happened? I don't know, from inside there is some abscess coming, there's a lot of pain. Whenever there is abnormality, we think about it. Whenever there is pain, there is abnormality. When the mind is having pain, it is abnormality. So what is mind? Consciousness plus objectivity is mind. See friends, these two conditions are to be recognized. Therefore, in the etat samabhatam pratibimbatmakam jagat bruhat sankalpa susthaihi chiram etat vibhasate. The sankalpa of the jiva, the individuals, is very temporary, and therefore they see only their world. But the sankalpa of the Paramatma, the conscious reality, is steady, and therefore this world is seen, experienced by all of us. See, my dream you cannot see because I am finite, therefore my dream is within me. Conscious reality is infinite, therefore we are all in that conscious reality. See, in this manner, this world appears to be steady because of the freedom that the Supreme Self has. And this is very clearly seen that these yogis, by the mantra siddhi or where, tying different stones, etc., they are able to discover this freedom more and more, and therefore these people are able to create outside also which can be seen by us. But their creation in the outside which can be seen by us is also limited, it is not infinite. In this manner, the whole world is nothing but the pure conscious reality. Like the magician creates this illusion of the world without any external objects or the things, and yet everybody starts seeing as if it is real, but it is not real, although we can conduct business with it. In the same manner, this whole world is nothing but the conscious reality, appears to be real, but is essentially the divine personality or the divine reality alone. And this Paramatma being the infinite one, therefore the world is appearing inside Paramatma, not outside Paramatma. See, friends, the yogis, etc., they create things they show outside. There is nothing which is excluded in or from this consciousness. Mayi eva sakalam jatam. Everything is born in me. Everything is existing in me. Everything goes back in me. See? In this manner, Parshuramji Maharaj, please listen. There is a basic principle. The principle is Satyam Swabhavam no munchet. See? The essential nature never changes. And asatyam tam parityajet. That which is not essential, it is always rejected. Satya satya vibhagena bhasate sarvato khilam. Therefore, in all our experiences, these two principles are seen. Satya asatya. Real and not real. The real is the conscious reality. Not real is the plurality of the world. Because what we call as the world is essentially divine. What we call as the waves is water. What we call as the ocean is water. What we call as the world is Paramatma. What we call as the Jiva is Paramatma. What we call as the Ishvara is Paramatma. We may call by different names, but by giving different names, this Paramatma has never become many. And therefore, this world which is constantly changing, keeps on changing, but the substratum, the conscious reality, never changes. Like the reflections in the mirror may appear changing, but the mirror never changes. It remains steady. In this manner, this is the most important principle. Ataha evam hi bhavanam vichara asaharupatam तथा ही सूर्यालोको ही वस्तूनाम अवभासकः उलूकादीनाम बांधानाम विपरीतोन्धकारवर प्रकाशत्वान्धकारत्वे न विविक्ते अन्यो स्फुटे. Therefore, the principle is when you inquire properly, this world of illusion disappears. Bhagavad Gita 15th chapter. Bhagavan says first, ऊर्ध्वमूलमदशाकम् अश्वत्थं प्राहुरव्ययं छन्दांसि यस्य पर्णानि यस्तं वेद स वेदविद् अधोष्टवर्धं प्रसृता तस्य शाखा गुणप्रवृद्धा विषयप्रवाला. And then न रूपमस्येह तथोपलभ्यते. Here Bhagavan Shankara's commentary is this kind of picture of this world iha vichara kale tatha na upalabhyate. When you inquire about this world, the world is not as we experience. See, friends, as we experience in the mirror, a depth. Suppose there is a mirror here and these people are sitting a distance of about 12 feet. So in the mirror we see the 12 feet depth. But is the depth 12 feet there? See, friends, vichara kale. Although it is appearing, but it is not. In the same manner, although this world is appearing as other than me, but the world is not other than me. Although the colors and forms are seeing other than the eyes, but they are not. Because every color and form is supported by the same vision. So the vision is the stable factor and colors and forms are changing. Mind is a stable factor, thoughts are changing. Consciousness is the stable factor, Jagra, Sapna, Sushupti, Samadhi, they are changing. So where is our attention? Our attention is necessarily on the constantly changing factors, and therefore the samsara appears. Stop changes by holding your breath. Hold your breath for half an hour. When you hold your breath, breathing stops. Breathing is nothing but movement. When you hold your breath, no thoughts come. Prana bandhanat liyate manaha. But how long can you hold the breath? So to get rid of this relative world, what is said, eka chintanat nashametyada. Apply this mind on the one principle. See, colors and forms are many, vision is one. The condition of the eyes are many, mind is one. Mind has got many thoughts illumined by the one conscious reality. That there are not many conscious realities. Eka chintanat, the one. In this manner, Ataha eva hi bhavanam vichara asaharupata. The moment you start inquiring properly, this world and the problems disappear. See? I stay in USA in somebody's house, and first time when I went to their house, I said, "Hey, I don't know you. On what ground you have asked me to stay in your house? Please tell me." Hey, Swamiji, you may not be knowing us, but we know you. And how come? Then they told their story. Swamiji, me and my husband, we are married for last 10, 12 years. Never there was a day when we were not fighting. Non-stop. Somehow or the other, your CDs or something came in my hand, in our hand, and we started listening. And slowly, slowly the change has come to such an extent that I have come to this conclusion. My husband knows the things in the outer world better than me. Earlier, everything was a prestige issue. A fridge is to be bought. I will say we should buy this thing. He will say, no, this is not proper, this we should buy. You always do like that, whatever I say, oh, Suru. And therefore, every issue was a big problem. But now, after listening to your cassettes or CDs, now I have clearly understood. Now tell me, where were the problems? Problems were in mutual misunderstanding. Vichara asate. The moment you think properly, all the problems are born because of wrong thinking. And wrong thinking cannot be corrected by suspension of thinking. Wrong thinking can be corrected by right understanding. See, friends. Otherwise, in every small issue, you say like, I know. See? And we consider ourselves to be cultured people, you know. If one is shouting, other must have to keep shut. But then he also shouts, oh. What kind of devotion? See? Such people bring bad name to the God, to the culture, to the tradition. See? Therefore, who are not able to understand this through proper understanding, inquiry, example is given. Ulukadinam andhanam. The uluka is owl. Owl cannot see during the daytime. Because the owl cannot see during the daytime and says there is no sun, who can help? In the same manner, If we do not inquire properly and analyze, again I am using this word analyze our own experiences in the light of this wisdom, then only we are growing spiritually. See, otherwise it is like, example is given in the scripture that it is like the bath taken by the elephant. You know how the elephant takes bath? He goes to the river and he has got a built-in shower. So he sucks the water from the river and puts on. After that is done, then he comes out of the river, goes in the sand, then he takes the talcum powder, all the dust. By the same trunk he sucks and spits everything. And then goes to the Hathini. So the bath of this elephant is taking bath and putting all the dust again in the same manner. Kurute Ganga Sagar Gamanam Vrata Paripalanam Athava Danam Jnana Vihina Sarvamatena Bhajatina Muktim Janmashatena Bhaja Govindam Bhaja Govindam. That is why I don't like music. People get carried away only by tabla peti, the meaning they never understand. See, our Swami Akhandanji Maharaj, he has been responsible for all what I have. This happened once in Janmashtami. One flute player, he came from Bombay to Swamiji's ashram in Vrindavan. And Swami used to be all the time cheerful, happy, questions, discussion, or sitting quiet. One person came, he said, sir, I play flute, I am a TV artist, and on the Janmashtami at 12 o'clock, I will like to play the flute, and you please come. He said, look here, you play the flute, I will not come, and I don't understand the you do that, okay? He said, Krishna is playing flute in my heart, 24 hours. See, friends. Simply we chant. See? Balastavat krida sakta, tarunastavat taruni rakta, vruddhastavat chinta sakta, parame brahmani kopi rakta. All the time worried. Children, maro goli children, enough of it. 24 hours. Don't allow the children to breathe. See, let them grow. Don't make bonsai out of them. I come across many places. The children revolt because of excesses of the parents. This happened in US. One of my friends, when I went to his house in the evening, his heavy, hefty son came in a sports car, and with a kick he opened the door, came out, drunk, smoked, and his father saw, my son is doing like this thing. And he went and gave him one. The moment he held his hand, he said, Dad, go further, I'll uproot your hand and put in another hand. Behave yourself. And I was watching all that. And then I had to take a cup of tea. I changed the topic. Wait, chai kahan rakha hai? You should be committed to the cause. Why should I get disturbed? Then it was done. Then I left. Then after 2 days, the son himself phoned me. He said, Swamiji, that day you have seen me? I said, yes. What do you have to say? I said, I have nothing to say. Because he is your father. If you had done it to me, then I would have said something. You have got every right to do anything to your father. Because children are nothing but the revenge takers of last life. Then he said, Swamiji, I am doing it only for one purpose. I just want to hurt my father. I want to make his life miserable. Very coolly he was telling. Because he has destroyed my childhood. All the time, come for bhajan, come for puja, come, I get hatred. I will never go to temple in my life. Now tell me, is this your parenthood? Don't overdo anything in life, friends. Whenever we overdo the things, it rebounds back like a boomerang. See? We are here to grow spiritually. Rest of the things can wait. And you can do nothing anyway. Those who cannot make their life successful, how can they make others? Therefore, in this way, when you inquire properly, vichara asaharupata, this world and the problems will disappear. When we are not ready to think in the light of this wisdom, we will make our life miserable, we make everybody's life around us miserable. Our presence should be such that everybody wants us. See, Bhagavan says in Bhagavad Gita, the quality of a devotee, not with the various marks on the body. See, yasman no dvijate lokaha, loka no dvijate chayaha, harsha marsha bhayod vegahi muktaha yaha sachame priyaha. See, he who is not disgusted because of others, and he whose presence is not disgusting for others, he is my devotee. See, somewhere in India, I went to somebody's house for food, and we were playing carom something with the children. Father had not come. The moment his car sound came, immediately the children said, "Swamiji, bye bye, see you later." Put the things aside, and they ran and sat in their room. And then the Hitler came. Because they told me, "Swamiji, Hitler has come afterwards." And when he came inside, "Swamiji, did my children trouble you?" I didn't reply because I wanted to tell him, "You are troubling me." Then he said, "When I come in the house, everybody is quiet. They know I will become angry if they don't keep quiet. No TV, no radio, no iPod, no UPod, no nothing. Study." So I kept quiet because I had to take food. But should we be that kind of father? When we go home, everybody, like when the cat comes, the rats go in their holes. Should we be like that? Or we should be a father, when we come home, they as if jump out of their skin and bounce on you out of love. See, friends, that is fatherhood. But there is no understanding. There is no love. Only dictation, prestige issue. See, friends, therefore I am telling you again and again, spiritual life does not mean holding a mala in the hand. Think properly. Analyze your own experiences. Learn from your own experience through analysis and grow wise. We cannot continue to remain in KG1 throughout life. I asked this girl, "Hey darling, which class you are studying?" "Ameji, I am in KG1. "Arey yaar, you are now 25. You are in KG1? I like it." You can't afford to be in KG1 throughout life. You have to grow. All the time tabla piti is not going to help you. Get out of that. See, friends, vichara, inquiry alone can dissolve all the problems. Narupamasseha tathopalabhyate nanto na chadir na cha sampradishta. This world has neither beginning nor it ever exists. Ashwattamenam suvirudhamulam asanga shastrena drudena chitva. This non-existing tree of world can be cut asunder only by the sword of dispassion. See how beautiful it is. All the problems are only because of this wrong thinking. In this manner, in this world, you will see एवं विषम कस्यचित स्याद अविषम कस्यचित भवेत् मनुष्यादेह प्रतिघात करी भित्तिर ही लक्ष्यते योगिनाम गुह्या गुह्यकादिकानाम अप्रतिघात लक्षणा कालो देशस्ति दीर्घो यो मनुष्यादेह प्रभावितः स एव विपरीतो वै देवानां योगिनामपि दर्पणे भासमानस्य दूरात् दूरे यथा तथैवास्य स्वभावोऽपि विचारेण स्थिरी भवेत् अतः आश्रय रूपेण विना नास्ति ही किंचन यदस्ति भाति तत्तु चिति एव महेश्वरी एवं जगत चित्र एक आत्म रूपम ते सम्यक ईरितम. The teacher gives these few examples. He says that which is a poison for one is a medicine for others. That which is far away looks very near. That which is very near looks far away. Which is very solid for us to pierce through, the yogis can go through the walls, etc. And therefore, this whole world is only nothing but this conscious reality, and this conscious reality is the truth, and all the changing is only an appearance. Therefore, conscious reality alone is appearing as if changing. Focus attention on this conscious reality. Therefore, yad asti bhati, whatever is and is known is nothing but Paramatma. So look at the world as you are looking at Paramatma. See, friends, when a devotee goes in the temple and looks at the Lord, his experience is different. When an archaeologist goes with a camera, looks at the same Lord, his experience is different. What is that which makes the difference in the quality? The devotee has reverence for the Lord, and the archaeologist has no reverence for the Lord. Lord is neither benefited by the reverence of the devotee, nor he is losing if the archaeologist has no reverence. See, friends. So what is important in life? In our mind, there has to be reverence for everything and being. And what should be the criteria? Why should I respect everything in this world? Because everything is Paramatma. See, friends, when we change this focal length, everything changes. Unless we practice this in our life, this is the spiritual practice. All other things must wait, should wait. See? We know our parents, we know our grandparents,